Okay. Hello, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So today we are going to learn Java. Okay, so I want to know, like, are you familiar with Java or like some basics of it?
Yeah, we know Java.
Java. Okay, fine. Okay, so just Java programming language. Okay, it's like a high level, robust, object oriented, secure programming language. And now, if I compare, like we have already done with the Python. Okay, so if I compare with the Python, the syntax of Java, it's quite difficult as compared to the Python. But since we compare it with C and C++, that was like earlier used before Java, then we'll find the syntax of Java quite easier. Okay, and it was discovered by James Gosling. Okay, he's basically known as the father of Java. Okay, so earlier basically this Java programming language, it was originally designed for like interactive television, but later on it was found that this technology is like quite advanced for it, and then it becomes for like more digital devices over here. Okay, and then earlier it was used to have a name as oak. Okay, oak basically a symbol of strength, and it's a national tree of many countries like USA. But since oak was already a trademark, okay, so that's the reason that they have switched its name to Java. Okay, coming to the utilization, like what are the features of it, where it's being used up. Okay, so it's not like that Python, it's easy to learn as compared to Java. So Java has lots of importance. Okay, Java has still its importance because it's being used basically in US. If you notice, it's being used of over there. Okay, why? Because of the application development. Okay, there it's mostly used because it's very secure if we compare it. The database connectivity that we have up over here, that's not like as secure in the Python. Okay, so here are the like important key features which help us what Java to be still prominent even the Python has come up.
Ma'am, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Just check. Is Kathy ma'am requesting to join? Please check. Kathy
Uh,
ma'am.
okay, yeah, okay. Kathy and Shannon.
Yes, they all are our teammates. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, they have joined. Hello, Kathy ma'am. Hello, Shannon ma'am. Okay, I'll quickly revise since you have joined late. I'll quickly revise on like what you have missed up. Basically, we were doing some introduction of Java, what exactly the Java programming is, how it was discovered up and by whom it was discovered up. So it was discovered by James Gosling, okay, in 1995, and it was basically like a very old language if you notice up, and it's very quite easy to learn. Okay, but since we have already learned Python, so we may find it a little difficult to learn it. But earlier, Python was not having its existence. Earlier, the languages that were popular were C, C++, and during that time, Java was coming up. Okay, so if we compare the syntax of C and C++ to Java, we'll really find that Java is quite easier. Okay, and yeah, so originally this Java was not having the name as Java, it was having the name as Oak. Okay, but when they have given this name as Oak, it was actually like already been chosen up trademark symbol, okay, by a company. So that's why they have switched its name from Oak to Java. Okay, now why it's like easier? What is its difference from C++ and Java? Okay, so C++ is basically platform dependent, like it depends on your operating system over here. Okay, whereas Java, it is not platform dependent, it's platform independent language. Okay, C++ over here, it's use only the compiler mode. Okay, whereas Java doesn't use, it uses compiler as well as your interpreter for compiling up your programs. Okay, C++ use pointers, operator loading. Okay, whereas the Java doesn't support pointers and this operator overloading concept, hence it's become more easier. Okay, C++ their multi-threading concept is not possible, whereas in Java multi-threading concept suppose this concept. Okay, and Java is like quite secure. Okay, and while building like some applications, like when we go up and build some big application like software developers used to build, there Java is like more stressful because of its security. It has like more secure. Okay, even as compared to the Python, it's taken as a more secure language. Okay, Python, if we compare it with the Python, yes, we'll find this the syntax difficult as compared to the Python. Okay. But Python is basically for like data analysis. It's being used for data analysis over the web development. It's used machine learning. It's used, whereas Java is for basically for application development, software development. It's being used over the enterprises development like that. It's being used on. Okay, we have like some common features of the languages of both Python and both Java. Like both are very simple, object oriented, platform independent, robust, multi-threading, dynamic. Okay, these are some common features of it. Okay, so now let's quickly get into the coding part of it. So we'll start with the coding. Okay, so for that, like I'll not download any softwares, the Java software, any. I have the online compiler Replit, which I will be using up. I'll just share my screen. And in case like in any part, if you have any doubt, you can like let me stop me up and tell me. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the online compiler Replit. Okay, which I'm using since I'm already logged in over here. That's why over here at the right top corner you can see it's showing me the name. Okay, you just need to sign up over here with your Gmail account and it's give you this screen, simple screen. Okay, so what we have to do over here, we need to click on create REPL and here I choose Java. Okay, and I give it up over here, content. I give it a title, FDP. So this is a screen that I get up over here. Okay, so by default, what happened, like to just print a statement in Python, we have just a basic command print bracket, and we give in the bracket, we put the commands that we want to print. But over here in Java, we have like certain set of commands for printing up. Okay, so first, like our program over here, this is class main. So this is the main part. Okay, class is basically a blueprint, and this is the part from where our program actually gets started up. Okay, by default, this should come up over here. The next thing over here, public static void main. Okay, so this public, it's a keyword, it's an access modifier that represent the visibility. Like if I make it private, it would not be visible to all. Since I've made it public, it will be visible to all. Okay, so while running the program, okay, so it needs to be public over here. Static is also a keyword. Okay, so if we declare any method as static, it's known as a static method. Okay, and the advantage of static method is that we need not to create any object over here. Okay, void over here. Okay, now whenever we create any function, okay, the function has a return type, it doesn't have a return type. So this function is just printing a statement over here. That's why void is written. Okay, so it there is no return type. Now main over here, it represent what that this is the starting point of my program. Okay. Then comes string args. String args is basically what about the argument for accepting the number of arguments over here. Okay. Now comes the next very simple and it's written as system.out.println. Okay. So this line basically what it does up over here, it helps to print the statement which are mentioned up over here in the same line. Okay. So if I run this code, I'll get the output over here as hello world. Okay. If again in the next line over here, if I write system, so by default on the rep, like this code comes up. Okay, print bracket double quotes hi. Okay, now in Python the next thing is very that's important that after every line your semicolon would be coming up. Okay, in Python there is nothing the concept of semicolon bracket, but that's the concept of over here. Okay, brackets let you know that these things are inside your main class. Okay, I run it and you'll see. Okay. Now, ln and print. Okay, if you notice, it's doing the both of them is doing the same task over here. It's just printing the difference. Now, what's it's just printing the statement over here. Now, if I come to the difference part, like what actually this statement is making the difference, that will understand if I print one more statement after it. I just write my name. I run it. I forgot one comma. So when I write ln, basically what is happening up, every time it will go in the next line. Okay. So my cursor goes in the, and here you see I have just written system.out.print hi. So it has printed hi. Then again I've written system.out.print Gauri. So it's where it's on the same line over here. It has not gone to the next line after it. That's the only difference this ln makes up over here. Okay. Simple statement, nothing much in it. Okay. Now comes bring the next part over here, variables. Okay. And now as we know, like variables basically are what, like it's like a container which is there to store something. That's in simple terms we used to teach student. Okay. And as the name suggests, variable. Okay. Vary means keep on changing. Value, that's keep on changing up over here. So it's just a reserved area where a memory is being located up. Okay. Now over here, variable declaration for learning that we need to understand about the data types also. Okay. Data type is nothing. Okay. It's just that for storing those values, the size. Okay. In which size it needs to be stored up. For example, you're storing a pen. So you just require a pen holder. You do not require a tub or a bucket. Okay. So yeah. So that's what the data type is. We have some data types over here. Okay, like Boolean, which basically store what true and false value. Okay, bytes store what are two complement integer, 8 bits still 8 bits value. Okay, char store only like characters value. Okay, int store what? The numbers of the 32 bits, still 32 bits, it store all our numbers, integers basically. For storing what some decimals over here, we have float as well as double. Float is like a less space and double is basically takes up more space. Okay, so whenever we're declaring any variable over here, we need to first define like the type of the variable, like which is it? Integer, float, double, whatever it is. And then after that, we need to define the name and semicolon. That's it. Okay, so here I have declared a variable over here, simple variable. Okay, so right now my program over here is just doing what? It's just printing a simple statement over here. Okay, it's just printing this print system.out.print.ln. It's just printing a simple statement over here. Now the next thing that I want to do up over here, I want to take the input from the user. Okay, so for that, what I did up, for example, I just print the statement and I'll just go this. I have asked the question. Now I want a user to enter the answer over here. Okay, so for that, we have a scanner class, okay, in Python, in Java. Okay, so first we need to import that scanner package well over here. So for that, I have write up over here at the top. Before the class, only I have to write word import java dot util. Now util is my package name. Besides this, like we have multiple other package as well over here, dot asterisk. So this dot asterisk, this means that anything, all the other package inside it would get imported out. Now inside this package, we have our scanner class. Okay, so we need to call that scanner class over here. So for calling it, I'll write scanner sc equal to new scanner bracket system system.in for taking the input from the system. Okay, we can define over here any name like in scanner sc or scanner c or any name over here. Okay, now over here comes the next thing, that's the taking the input, how exactly we will be taking the input over here. Okay, so for taking the input like over here, system.out.print, so this will be basically what users entering its name. So it will be what a set of characters. Okay, so for that set of characters, we need a data type over here. That's the reason I have written string, because the set of characters, the data type to be used is string. Then it contains some name. So I just write my variable over here, username equal over here. And then since I've written sc over here, so same sc, variable name is sc, should be written up here. Sc dot over here comes the next thing, next line. Simple thing for taking the input. Okay. see what's your name, and there's a cursor over here, and I can enter my name, Eva. Earlier, it was not possible because of it. I have not imported. Same way, now suppose after this I have imported a string. That's the reason I have written over here next line. Suppose my data type is different. So would the value over here would be different? Yes, completely yes. If my data type over here is string, that's the reason I've get a next line over here. If it's some other data type, yes, it would be different. So first let's ask the user, okay, system dot out dot print ln bracket. And I ask her like, what is your age? Okay. So again, my data type name will be coming up over here as first. So age will be basically a number. So I write what over here, int a equal to sc would be save as well dot next, and the thing that would be changing over here would be int. Since I want what an integer input to be coming. If I want something float over here, so something float would be coming up over here. Boolean, so bool will be coming. Okay, and I click over here. What's your name? I enter the name. And then what's your age? I enter the age. And I program is valid. Now, along with the statement, I want to print up these variables along with my statement, system.out. So how it would be printed? So I just write over here, system.out.print, bracket, double quotes. You have entered plus, okay, username plus. This plus symbol is basically used for concatenating. Okay, combining up your data types over here with your string syntax, like you have entered, combining it with. Okay, so I put this thing up over here, double quotes, and age as Eva. Wait. You have entered the name as Eva and age as well. Now, can you tell me like why there is no difference between Eva and age? Anyone? No one? No one want to answer? Okay, so after
So
actually
we need to give a space when we give the second statement.
correct. Like after as you
Yes.
can see, yes.
Because otherwise it is concatenating, so it's merging the things together.
Correct. Because computers, they are not smart, so we need to give the
Yes.
spaces over here. Like after as I have given the space, that's where Eva is coming.
Yes.
Otherwise, Eva would also be concatenated up. So I give the space, and if I run it, so now it will be perfectly working fine. Okay, Ritu, I enter the name, age 10, and now see, it's perfectly working fine. Okay, any doubt, any concept like clarification that you require in this basic concept? Anyone, you can like use the symbols over here. You can use a thumbs up. And the raise hand if you have any doubt. Screen magnification, you want to see, okay. I'll zoom it up. Can you say it like more clearer? Okay. Any doubts? Anyone till here? Okay, fine. Okay, so this was a very basic thing that I have taken up over here, taking input, making up this chat, simple chatbot over here, where communication, simple thing that we have learned up. Okay, now moving forward, like over here, like saying like how exactly more communication over here would be taken up. Okay, for example, a user has need to enter a year, and we need to see like whether that year is a leap year or not. So basically, yes, you would be knowing that it would be done with the if else condition. So how exactly over here the if else condition would be working up? So we will be seeing up. Okay. So for that, I'll just create a new file over here. Okay. So first and foremost thing over here, we need to ask the user to enter a year. So I just write over here, enter a year, this thing. So definitely we have understood by the command that it would definitely print a statement, enter year. And for user input, we need to get the statement at the top, import. I'll also java dot util dot asterisk.
Ma'am, can't you take the values from void main also? Because that also allows us. You need only one value, right?
Yes, but I want like user input so that it looks more dynamic programming. Otherwise, the same
Actually,
number.
actually, when we use public static void main inside that this inside this parenthesis also we can ask if we
Yes,
write
over here.
yes. So if
Yes,
when
yes.
we run that time only the user can enter the value. So
Yes, yes.
yes. So that way this program can also be done in because we need only one value, right?
Yes, we know when only see over here in the input, in Java, it can be done in a multiple ways. Okay,
Okay.
like scanner is one class, we have input stream reader another way. I think Vandana wants to join. Yeah. Okay. There are multiple ways for taking the input. Like I'm teaching the method which is basically like taught in what ICSC board. Okay, they have this common method using the scanner class or either the input stream reader class.
Yes,
Because
actually we
basically,
have both. We have
yes, yes,
both.
please say.
So we have both the methods that user can ask it using main method also. That's why I said. And second thing
Mhm.
using scanner class also. So both the ways we are teaching to the students.
Yes, yes, both the way. Like one was input stream data and other
Yes,
is
yes.
yeah, this method. Okay, so that's why like one day I'll teach on this method, another day on the other method. Like it's the same thing. We should be comfortable with the both one. Okay, so yeah, let since I've over here only, so dot next end. Okay, so now like as the if else conditions is, so I need to write if then bracket and then I need to write what over here. Since I have taken the variable name as year. Okay, so I'll write up over here what if year divided for because an even year is an year which is like when divided by 4, it gives me what a zero remainder over here. Okay, so for division, finding the remainder, we well know that's a modulus symbol. Okay, the percentage symbol divided by 4 and it's equal to 0. Okay, equal is basically used for comparing the values. Okay, single equal is basically used whenever we are assigning values to the a variable. Okay, so if it's that, so I'll just print the basic statement over here, system dot out dot print dot ln. Leap year. And over here, if we have to write what, it's not a leap year, okay, then we have to write else bracket. Okay, bracket plays, like I told you, very important role. Okay, okay. Yes, Nishtama? Okay, so bracket plays what a very important role over here. Okay, so yeah, else what happened? It would not be a leap year. So I just copy paste the same statement over here. Not a leap year. Okay, I run the code. Okay, I have not imported scanner SC. Okay, my variable name. System.out.println.
You have written print.ln. It should be together, println.
Oh, I admit, yes. Enter a year. Okay, so let's enter 2014, not a leap year. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay, and let's enter another year over here. 2022, not a leap year. Okay, 2020, leap year. Okay, so for all the years, now if an else is coming up over here condition, now suppose we have to give the multiple condition over here, how exactly we need to give it over here. So elif was the thing that we used over in the Python, but elif doesn't come over here. Here we have the fixed statement else if. Okay, so if this is not the case, so I can even use over here else if bracket and we can give the condition that here modulus 4 is what not equal to, just for comparing the symbol up over here. Okay, I run it. Enter year 2014. Same way it works out. It's just that else if by else if we can have like multiple else if over here. Okay, any doubt on this one, this part? Else if part?
No. But at the last two, we need to use ma'am else, or is it okay if we end the program with else if?
See, you can end the program with the else if only also. And if you want to use the else also, you can use that. Both the thing I have like
So it's
showed
valid.
you. Yes, it's valid.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any more doubts in this part? Getting the input in this part? Okay, fine. Okay. Now we have one more statement over here. That is what switch statement. Okay, in Java, for taking the multiple inputs. Okay, switch statement here. What we have multiple conditions. Also like if else if later. Okay, and whenever we are executing it, here we used to give some expressions. Okay, and we have multiple cases over here. Okay, now in each and every case we have a statement at the end that's known as the break statement. Okay, so what does this break statement do? Like if this is not working, the break statement helps us to come out of that case. Okay, and over here we at the end we have a default statement as well. Okay, so in at all like any of the cases doesn't work up over here. Okay, so what over here we have to do? We have to like go out of the loop and print a statement. Okay, so whatever written in the default will work up. Let's take suppose I'm just comparing a simple number over here. Okay, simple comparison over here. I'll just remove this thing up over here. Suppose, yeah. Okay. I have just said this simple number and I want to use what? Switch case over here. Suppose the next thing that will be come up over here is switch. Okay, bracket and which numbers here the expressions will come up. Since I want to compare the value A, so I've put it up over here A. Okay, if it's really some other expression, some other condition that I can put it up. Next thing, since there are multiple things inside it, so bracket will come up. And then in the bracket, we need to put what over here case. So I just want to compare the number like case 10. Here the expression will come up since I'm comparing it up. Okay, so if my case is 10, okay, so I just simply print a statement. Number is 10. Okay, so if if the expression over here is true, so it will print this statement. Okay, and then after printing the statement, in order to get out of this thing loop, I'll use this break statement over here. Okay, so with each and every cases over here, this thing will come up over here. Okay, next is if I want to do for another case up over here, I'll write case 20 and I print the same thing. break like this. So like this, I can add what multiple cases up over here. There's no limit of it. But at the end, for example, we'll have what a default, like if number is not 10, not 20. So what should be exactly working up over here? So that will come at the end. So here comes my default case, default colon. System dot out dot print. Ten, 20. So number is not 10 and not 20. A simple statement over here. Since my number is 10, so it has gone in the first case only, and here it's worked up and doesn't come. Suppose if I put the number 30, like I told you, it's my case 1 also fails, case 20 also fails. So whatever is in the default, that particular thing will be working out. Number not 20. In the default, it's not required that you put what the break statement, because it will be definitely coming out of this thing. So this is the in the new thing in the Java that can be used for like multiple conditioning. Okay, any of these things, like you can either go with the if else or with this thing as well. Okay, basically we used to have the switch whenever we have like multiple, like there is like endless number of cases that actually we have up. Okay, then is the part that we have uses our switch. Okay, after this basic control statements, we have a looping also. Okay, and in Java we have three loops: for loop, while loop, and a do while loop. Okay, so for loop, first of all, it runs for a fixed number of times. Okay, like 5 times, 10 times, that will be fixed. Okay, while loop and do while loop, it doesn't have the fixed number of condition. Okay, they used to keep on working till the number of time the condition that is mentioned is true. As soon as the condition becomes false, it will not be working out. Okay, whereas while and do while both works on a condition. Okay, while loops first checks the condition, then whatever statement is written inside the loop, that actually gets worked up. But in a do while loop, what exactly happens up? First, the thing is getting worked up, and then it checks for the condition. Okay, whether the condition is true. So one more time over here, it works up. Okay, so we'll have a basic demonstration over here for a for loop first, and then slowly we'll move on to the next other loops as well. Okay, so for loop over here, the three things that comes up over here: initialization, condition, and increment and decrement. Okay, so whenever like we are running a loop, like we need to have a count of the variable. Okay, so that's where the initial conditions come up. Like we are counting. So counting can be like 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or it can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Any of these conditions can be true, done up. Okay, so then here comes the case of the initialization. Okay, then comes the case over here, like you're counting till which number? From 1, you're counting till 5, or 1, 2, you're counting to what? A particular number. That's what your condition is. And then comes whether the value over here is incrementing or whether the value is decrementing. Like from 1, it's coming 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it's coming like 6, 5, it's decreasing 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, this is how it's work. And then inside it, we have a set of statement. Okay, so let's see a very simple code over here just to print what are natural numbers in Python, in Java. Okay, so yeah, so natural numbers are basically numbers that are starting from the count of number 1. Okay, so we'll just print over here the 10 numbers. Okay, so I'll just comment out this thing. Okay, like I told you, first for bracket over here will come up. The next thing, the first and foremost thing that will come up over here, initialization of my variable. Okay, the counting. So int is the thing I'm putting, because for the counting, int my variable name, anything I can put up, equal to 1, comma, I greater than, here comes the next thing, condition. Like I want to print a statement 5 times or 10 times. So I just want like this thing to be done till the I value is what, less than 5. And then with each and every condition, what happens, I want it to what, increment the value. So I write what, I plus plus over here. Then I go over here in the I, and I just write a simple statement Hold on. Okay. Can anyone tell me, like, I have written 5 over here, but it has only printed the 4 numbers up over here. Any reasons why?
It is less than 5. You need to write less than or equal to.
Correct, correct. Or either
Less than 5, so it gets incremented till 4. Then as soon as it comes to 5, the condition becomes wrong.
correct, correct, absolutely. Or either this one is the condition, or I can put over here less than equal to 5. Okay, for printing what the 5 numbers up over here, 5 times high. Or yeah, let me show you this one first, like you told me. And the other thing is that I made the count from the 0 over
Or
here.
ma'am, you can do less than 6.
Yeah, that's also count from 0, and that will also work. See, and like over here, the number is 1. Okay, since it's not compare, last number doesn't get compared up, I can make it 6 over here. Number less than 6. So till 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it gets printed up till there. Okay, so it basically I value starts from 1. Then what happens? It checks the statement I value is less than 6, so it prints high. After printing the high, it go out of the loop, and then what happened? I plus plus is written. So I value got incremented. Now I value is 2. Okay. I value becomes 2 incremented. Then again, it checks for the statement over here. 2 is less than 6. So whatever is written in the for loop, it gets printed up. Okay. It comes out of the for loop, and then again, it prints up the increment the value, and then again, the comparison is happening. Okay. In order to see how actually this I value is being working up over here, I just print the statement, like instead of I just print I. Since I is my variable, that's why I've not written it in the double quotes over here. 1 to 5. See? So till 5, that counting is happening up. If you want it more, we can just simply put the numbers over here to 10 or 100 or anything up over here. Okay. This was a very simple loop over here. Okay. Next thing, in the for loop, we have a nested loop as well. Okay. Nested as the name suggests, a loop inside the other loop. Okay. My outer loop over here, you can clearly see that it runs for 5 number of times. Suppose inside it only, I have printed what? One more number over here. One more loop over here. For int j equal to 1 semicolon j less than 3 semicolon j plus plus. So this inner loop will also be working in over here. Okay, and in order to just have a look at how exactly the value of both of them are working up. So one I print I value over here. Okay, along with the I value, I print what over here? My J value as well. So that I can have a clearer look how exactly the values over here, both the values are working up. So I know the outer loop, since I mentioned 6 over here, so it runs from 5 number of times. Whereas my inner loop, it runs from how many times? 2 times only. Okay, so now see over here, my I value is 1. So then it goes what over here inside the my inner loop, that's J. And then over here from 1 to 2, the value is getting printed up over here. Okay, then over here it comes out of the loop, since now what happened? The ith loop value is 2. So inside it, the J loop value also printed from what? 2 times over here, 1 and 2. Any doubt in this printing the inner loop value? Anyone? Increase the screen size. Is it more clear now? Anyone, any doubt in this? Okay. Vandana, like if you're not able to see, like you can also unmute yourself, because I did not see the chat. Okay. Okay. This was very simple. nested loop of ours. Okay, the next loop, like I told you over here. Okay, with this looping things, we can make what multiple patterns out of over here. Okay, since I've just printed I and J values. Okay, so it's just printing the numbers over here. Instead of that, like if over here, if I print some asterisk, some character over here. So here comes what the multiple questions. I'll just back and run. See, so here asterisk patterns, my asterisk this is getting printed up. So here comes what in a school examination, most of the questions come up from this part. Okay, where this pyramid things, for loop things, nested for loops here, the pattern printing questions comes up. Okay. Hmm. So suppose I want to create some pyramid structure, like which is like in the first row, I have just one asterisk. Then in the next row, we have another asterisk. Then in the third row, we have three asterisk. Then other row, we have four asterisk. And other row, we have five asterisk. So how exactly it needs to be done up? So right now, since over here, I have used ln. So what is happening? Every time it's printing the thing, but it's going in the next line. If I remove this asterisk from here, you will notice now everything would be, if I run it, so now what is happening if I go like the out of it like this in this format, everything is coming on the same line only. Okay. Now in order to get like after printing each this inner loop, I want to go in the next line of it. So after this thing, the statement, I can again write a statement system print ln. So that as soon as it print the asterisk in one line, it goes in the next line and over here. See. So 5 rows, like I'll just do the screen resolution from here. Okay, so since my first row has what 5 rows, okay, and this one has what 3 rows, 2 rows over here. So you can see I have 5 rows and 2 columns up over here. I just want to increase my columns. I just need to do what change one number over here, and my columns over here would get increased now. See, a change in the number over here will my whole entire output will get changed up. Now, since I told you what I exactly I want, in the first row, I want one asterisk. In the second row, I want two asterisk. In the third row, three asterisk. In the fourth row, I want four asterisk. So this number should be like first row one. So till now, what is happening? Since I've mentioned the number six over here. So what is happening in each row? I'm getting what over here? Fixed amount of asterisk. Since I don't want a fixed amount of asterisk, it's also getting changed up. So definitely over here, a variable would be coming up. Okay. Now I know over here, okay, there are two methods that by which it can be created up over here. One method is that for that I create what over here a variable int star, okay, with one since I wanted, and here I mentioned that star variable. Okay, once it print the asterisk, then I write I want the star count to be increased enough. So I write over here star equal to what? Star plus one. Like that. Okay. I click on run. Any idea why it's not printing?
There's nothing to print.
Nothing to print. We have asterisk.
Currently printing only when j is less than star where your star value is 1.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get it. Can you speak a little louder?
Here you have taken the value of star as 1.
So, but I'm later
And
on
j is
also
also equal to 1.
So first time it's not printing. Next time it should get printed up. Like if I change it up, suppose I'm changing it to 2. Okay. Now it's working continuously over here. Okay. It's not getting out of the loop. So why? Because like as soon as it prints the statement, what I need to do, this statement is wrong. Okay. It should be what? It should go in the next line. Okay. Before that, I would increment the value of this asterisk. Okay. Now I run the code over here. So earlier what was happening since it was in a loop, it was keep on like working up. Now what happens? See, star value is 2. Okay. So it goes in the loop 1 to 2. It prints one asterisk of mine. And then it comes out of the loop. Then my star value over here, it get incremented. Okay. And then it goes in the next line over here. So star value was 2 earlier. Now it's 3. So here it's keep on increasing what? My star value. Okay. Any doubt in this one?
No.
Okay. The next thing over here, like one method is this taking a variable. Now I also know that my I variable over here, it's also working in a sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So instead of taking this variable over here, star, I can even do the same task, achieve the same task just by writing the variable I also over here. Okay. And it will give me the same result. See? Okay. It's just that over here, if I just write equal to, then I'll get one more like number over here, and then more a bigger this pattern would be coming up over here. Like that. Okay. Any doubt in this?
No.
Okay, great.